In the name of love, you told me about your hectic schedule, your busy life full of strife, how you needed to get a break, get away from it all, have a ball, chill with your rastas in Jamaica kind of trip. Going to Jamaica, going to Jamaica, going to Jamaica, brah, brah, brah.
Our next guest is all smiles as we get a sneak peek at the brand new production called She Said, He Said. I'm joined by Anne-Marie Wood. She is the playwright, and she's also an actor. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Congratulations, because you're going to be premiering that tonight. So that was a sneak peek we saw that happened yesterday during a media session. You had not seen it in production yet until yesterday.
I have not seen anything in production, just via email and telephone talking to the artistic director, Quuincy. So it was pretty surreal to be there yesterday doing a run-through.
I can imagine. So tell us, what is the synopsis? How would you describe this production to people?
Okay, so She Said, He Said. It's I call it a comedic, painful, complex, but beautiful love story, or sort of a love story about two characters, she and he. And it's really looking at two people trying to find love despite some of their past issues or things that they went through in past relationships.
Also about, a black woman and a black man and the obstacles that black women and black men have at love. What are some of those obstacles? Because you say there's odds against them. What are those odds?
I think one of the things is who people are versus the stereotypes that exist in society. So one of the things I deal with in the play is that when we watch television, we often see negative images on the news, or we've got shows like Atlanta Black Housewives and people are fighting, but I don't really carry myself like that, or any of the women I know. Or there's a stigma or stereotype about the angry black woman. So it's kind of dealing with that, how the person actually is versus their perception. And then when you bring the two people together, they're also dealing with that, sort of the societal pressures versus who they really are as people.
So I imagine you draw a lot from your own personal experience.
Yeah, this originally, the first time I presented this was 2006, just with a few monologues, and then I rewrote it. And so it started out as me kind of captivating stories from past relationships, but it has evolved to where I feel it's not really about me anymore. It's really about the characters, and some of it is based on the truth, and some of it is fiction. So it's a fusion of the two things. Yeah.
And for this production here in Montreal, you've teamed up with the Black Theatre Workshop, which we've had them on the show in the past quite a few times. How did that partnership come to be?
Yeah, the first time I was there was actually 2001. I played Janet Sears in a play called Africa Solo. And then I was there a few years ago teaching a business in the arts workshop and did a reading of this play, and Quuincy Armorer was in the audience. Good timing.
No
and
kidding.
He said, I kind of like that. And so I really followed up with him. And so the relationship has been the last 2 years of me continuing to develop the script with Quuincy's guidance and the dramaturge Marie. And it's been a long but beautiful process, and very much like the script. It's been interesting, but it's been challenging and beautiful.
I want to go back to the stereotypes again. Why do you think those stereotypes have remained for so long? I mean, we've been talking about it for so long. I know you mentioned media, but what are some of the other reasons you think those remain?
I think for me, it's really about education. I know one of the things, I grew up in Nova Scotia, and I didn't learn about my culture. Like, every time I came to something, it was negative. But when I learned Black history through my brother, I found out about Africa prior to enslavement, about kings and queens and inventors and scientists, and that's one of the things. We're still not learning things equally about other cultures in society, and until that happens, we're just going to have to keep writing and challenging the status quo.
Is that partly the reason why you wrote the play such as you did, is to make it so that it's an awareness for people when they go and see?
But I just think it's, as a black woman, I have a voice, and these are the things that I've always written about, whether it's through my spoken word or theater. I'm going to write from the perspective that I know or that I see, so it comes from that.
It launches tonight. It's the world premiere happening tonight,
Yeah, well, actually, tonight is the preview, and then the official opening night is tomorrow.
Is tomorrow, and it runs until when?
Until May the 1st.
Terrific. And that runs at the MAI Theater, a great area, a great stage, one that you've been on before, and you absolutely love that environment. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on the production, and
Thank
thanks for
you.
sitting down. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Again, it is called She Said, He Said. Coming.